Yo, welcome back to the Core 94 Presents. I'm your host, DG Bags. Yo, special shout out to our previous guest, KB Orkinman, with that Worth My Time. You know, that boy get busy all the way from Kansas City, Missouri. Shout out to YB Puerto Rico and the things and connections they got going as well. But without further ado, we got my guy, here to talk about his new single, Mirrors, featuring Young Martez. And I heard they got a whole project coming out. Without further ado, LUIE RACKZ.
Yeah, what's up, baby? How you doing?
Man, I'm blessed, brother. I can't complain. How about yourself?
Man, blessed by the best. Highly favored out here in these streets, man.
Blessed by the best. I'm still in that. I gotta have it.
You feel me?
I gotta have it. My God. So let's go right into it. Mirrors, man. Young Martez, bro. Talk about this song. You know what I'm saying? How did that come about?
Oh wow. First of all, through a mutual friend, one of my friends, Big Woods, a good friend of mine, is really, really tight with Martez. And actually, we met earlier this year, like around January. We had a interview at Hustle Town Network. Mm-hmm. So that was the first time I met him. I didn't know him. And then later on, I started getting cool with my boy. And he told me, man, y'all should work. So he made that happen. We met. We started vibing. We got in the studio. And he told me, what kind of music you want to make? I was like, man, whatever you want to do, bro, I'll match your energy. And he said, man, you don't want to know how I'm feeling right now. I was like, come on, let it bleed through. So he got in that booth. As soon as I heard that beat, I knew we was going to make a great song, and it's the hit that we got right now. So he started in there. People say they won't change, but they don't. I was like, ooh. So as soon as I heard that hook, I knew what was going in them slots. You feel me?
Yo.
He was like, man, bring it home. So that's what I did. I went in there, did my thing, bro. Man, I came out the booth. Everybody went crazy as soon as they heard the first verse, bro, and the rest is history. Here we are.
Yeah, bro. I mean, talk about that hook to that song. You know what I'm saying? They think that I can't see, but I can. I mean, how does that correlate with you? You know what I'm saying? As an artist, you know what I'm saying, for our listeners.
Well, I mean, basically as an artist, you think about it in a more artistic way. It's more a metaphor, like internal vision. I mean, because a lot of people don't know, because when they see my videos and they see my content, they will never think I'm blind. I mean, thanks to Joseph, he does a great job. You know what I mean?
Shout out to Joseph, man, the greatest manager in the world.
Joseph Rodriguez, baby. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for everything. He make the impossible possible, man. Especially dealing with me.
It's a fact. It's a fact, man. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So you and Mark, y'all got a music video?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're about to drop the video in 2 weeks.
Ooh. I know it's
something special. Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Joseph did his thing. Everybody came through for me. We went downtown for this one. We got a nice condo, rooftop action. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be something nice for the people to enjoy. Especially whenever me and Joseph get together with his videos, we like the videos that make sense. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. They have a story behind it and everything. So, I mean, if you hear the lyrics, it's very deep what we're talking about. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, indeed.
Especially nowadays that everybody's playing around, there's no integrity now. So whenever you hear this music, you really connect to it. It's much deeper,
Absolutely.
And and you still got to put some hot track behind it. You know what I'm saying? It's soulful. So I want people to really receive this and stick to their ribs and be able to digest it and to relate to it. And you know what I'm saying? Most importantly.
Yeah. So I gotta take it back, man. You know what I'm saying? Tell us a little bit about growing up in Houston. What side of town you from?
I'm originally from the South Side, but I've been residing out here in the East Side for the last 16 years. So this is my stomping grounds. You know what I mean?
Okay. Shout out to the East Side. Where you at? Like Clinton Park and all that?
Around that area, yeah. I'm over here off of Federal.
Oh, okay, FedEx. All right, shout out.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm. I know. Yeah, go down.
BWA, Battery Willing Acres, baby. We outside.
Talk about how you got into rap, man, because you're not the typical rapper. The way you barring up, you got substance and how you laying it down. Like, tell a little about that. And I heard you sing too, so we know you got the vocals. Don't think we didn't hear that. Don't think we didn't hear.
Oh, come on, man.
Yeah, but tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I mean, music has always been in my life, one way or another. My dad really put that in me. Since a young kid. From classical rock to Motown to all type of genres of music. But when I started getting into hip hop, I was probably like in third grade. I was probably 7 or 8. Mm-hmm. growing up, and one of my cousins, Roy, rest in peace. He was a very like one of the coldest freestylers, bro. So he
Mm.
influenced me a lot, the type of music, you know what I'm saying? So me and him used to always go back and forth. I always try to impress him. So since I was 13 years old, I started freestyling and I just started getting more and more into it. By the time I was 15, I recorded my first song and it's just something that I fell in love with that I just couldn't escape it. So
Mm.
even before I went to the studio, I was already putting songs together, all that stuff. So it was always easy for me, bro. You know what I'm saying? Especially now that I lost my vision. So I mean, I really feel the tracks. So like the music I was listening to, even like the Houston rappers I was listening to was lyrical. Like Chameleon, one of the coldest.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts. He gets busy.
Scarface, you know what I'm saying? RP Pokey, one of them.
Oh
You know what I'm
man,
saying?
rest in peace.
K Reno. So you know what I'm saying? So I've always liked storytelling in the music. I respected bars. I respected punchlines. You know what I'm saying? Metaphors. So when I started, whenever Texas took over in '05, that was everything that we was listening to. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then around that time, I had a good friend of mine called Abraham O'Break that came from New York, from B Block. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So by that time, we were watching BET, Suckers Free. So we were listening to The Locks. We was listening to Dipset. We was
Oh.
listening. You know what I'm saying? Like at
Yeah.
that time, 50 Cent was on fire. So he was like, "Look, listen to this, listen to that." He was putting me on Big L. He put me on Wu Tang. He put me on all the East Coast, like the golden age hip hop. So I started expanding my ear. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that started molding my skill too. The people I was listening to.
Yeah, yeah, because you
You know
got
what I'm saying?
yeah. That's the same thing that happened with me. Same thing happened with me
Yeah.
because your swords get sharpened because you're like, oh, I didn't know they could rhyme like this or come to a beat
Yeah.
like that and do this
Mm-hmm.
and that was a place to go for every emotion because Busta
Mm-hmm.
Rhymes didn't sound like Buckshot. Buckshot didn't
Mm-mm.
sound like 50. 50 didn't sound like Cam ain't sound like Jigga. Jigga didn't sound like
Uh-uh.
Beans, and they all in the
Yep.
same crew. I mean,
All in the same
sometimes
crew.
you know what I mean. So yeah, it was. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, even Meth and Redman, they just don't sound alike, but they meshed.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. They were like water and oil, bro. It didn't mix. They were together but separately their own person.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah,
And
yeah,
like, and you go to any coast, you go to the West Coast, original. You go to Florida, they sound like Florida. You go to Atlanta, that time they sound like Atlanta.
yep.
I mean, shit. Look at Outkast, and then Goody Mob. You know what I'm
Facts.
saying? And then
Sure.
Tion. You know what I'm saying? Pastor Troy.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, wow, it's just different.
That's a
It's
fact.
just different.
You know, I wanted to ask a question about Roy. Was he one of those freestylers that never fell off?
Yeah, he can rhyme about anything, man, anything, bro. Like melody, crazy. I was like, I don't know why he never really pursued it, but he did his thing.
I had a
You
partner
know?
named Rob like that, man, and he was nice. You
Hmm.
know what I'm saying? And what's crazy is he was Italian. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Yeah, man, was the nicest ever. He got my pen up. He motivated me to like, oh man, I got to at
Hmm.
least be as good as Rob, and I just couldn't understand like how he was good off the dome like that. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And it wouldn't just be like he's saying words to match. It's like clever shit. Like whoa,
Hmm.
like
Yeah, being witty with it and shit.
yeah,
Yeah, you're like, wow. And then you're like, man, there's no way he just rhymed this word with that word, and then he put this together. Then the whole story made sense,
yeah,
and
yeah.
it was on the fly. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
brought it
saying?
all the way back and shit. Like,
Yeah, yeah. I remember, like, he's like, man, you basic and you suck. Blah, blah, blah. I remember I was like 13, 14. I would rhyme like 5 words and fall off. I was like, nah, man, But
yeah,
then I was motivated, like, man, I gotta impress this dude. But
yep,
what really helped me a lot was writing. Once I started getting more comfortable with the writing, I started expanding my vocabulary. So that's one thing too.
yep.
I mean, because we all listen to Screw Tape, be like, man, hold up. And I came down and
It's on
with
the scene,
the,
looking clean.
looking clean.
I'm gonna tell you this too, because I gotta say this while I mention Rob name too. The coldest freestyle I ever heard in my life was I grew up with Hard Body Kiati.
Hey,
Yeah, he's a few years older than me. He was always
yeah.
nice. He had a record when he was in high school, Jag in the Jungle. And I used to go to his house all the time. You know, we stayed in the same apartment. So he like 3-4 years older than me. And
Yeah.
I used to go there all the time. And I was like, I don't want to say his name, but I was like, yo, man, I was like, you really that good in the rapping? Because everybody was like, he the nicest in the freestyle. He used to like challenge Lil Flip. He used to win all the battles at Just Joking. He went and won that Source battle, and but he got his voice went hoarse. He beat the guy to go to the finals, and his voice went
Yeah.
hoarse. So the guy that he beat went to the finals and won, but they had him recorded in the
Damn.
Source. Yeah, that's when he was going by LIL Baller, living in luxury baller, Lil Baller, and he spit the craziest freestyle ever. I was at his house. He was like, man, you really want it? And I was like, yeah. He was cooking some ramen noodles and making a grilled cheese sandwich. And he was rapping about everything that he was doing. I'm talking about like how opening the refrigerator, looking and seeing there's 2 eggs, but he like, nah, that's gonna make my stomach hurt. I mean, he was so good and going so fed. I wanted him to stop. It was like too much. Like it was just too good. Like ooh. And he did it all the way. Like, man, I gotta turn it over before this shit burn. Oh, like he was just like it was just crazy, dog. And I was like, oh man. Kiati is the nicest nigga I ever heard in the freestyle, in the flesh. And this coming from DG Bags.
Hey, shout out to Kiati, man. Look at it to this day. Look what he's been doing. Been a pioneer in the city, bringing new artists, and he's still doing his thing.
Yeah, absolutely,
To
man.
this day, bro. There's all lanes, you know? There's all ways to get on.
Yeah. He DJing, hosting, you know what I mean? Whatever. He put the
Dropping
rap to the
records.
back. Yeah, he still got the Ace Time for real, so he can perform as a rapper when he wanted to. So he made sure all his lanes is filled. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to
most
Hard Body
definitely.
Yachty, bro.
So him and GT.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Houston Rockets. So you say you at 15 you went ahead to the studio. What was your first experience like at the studio?
Man, it was crazy. Like the first studio, it wasn't like your conventional studio. It wasn't even like at somebody's house. In middle school, there was this program called 21st Century. So you could do a whole bunch of stuff. They was teaching you how to step, different stuff. And then one of the classes was actually music recording. So there was this dude that come up with all the music equipment, and we whipped up a song, you know? So we whipped up a song all together as a crew, and then everybody got the chance to make their individual song, and I was one of those person. So whenever I did that, I was like, man, like I could really do this.
Did you sing too?
No, I didn't sing. I didn't sing, but that was crazy because whenever I started going back to the studio, when people knew I knew how to sing, that was the whole, oh, come on, bro, come help me sing with this hook and stuff like that. So, I mean, so that just kept me in there. But that's something I need to start pursuing a little bit more, you know? I got a couple records in the vault that I haven't dropped yet, but it's more, you know, for the ladies, exercising my vocals. But most of the songs that I do, usually I sing the hook, you know? You know, like Working, like Filthy, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay.
Like Better, you know?
And all your songs be really to the point too, like Product, Grind Hard, like they real kids, like so you can just like they be right to the point, pop.
Yeah, you know, whenever you hear that title, you know what's about to happen. You feel me?
Yeah,
you know what it's about, and you know what you're getting into. You know, straight to the point. And once you hear that delivery, it's crazy, man.
Yeah, man. Talk about performing, man. You know what I'm saying? How does that go? You know what I'm saying? Speaking of Product and Grind Hard, you know what I'm saying? I hear you turn the crowds up when you do that, man. Tell me about how that works.
Oh, hell yeah. Man, it's been really the transition's been more easier than I thought it was gonna be. You know, because I mean I ain't gonna brag, but I do have stage presence and everything. You know, I like to connect with the crowd. And one art form that's being lost these days is MCing. I know how to move that crowd. I know how to interact with them. You know, I start cracking jokes when I'm on stage. I like to get the crowd involved. You feel me?
Yes, indeed.
You know, but I mean, like I said, I get up there. I know if it's a benefit or a disadvantage not able to see them, but I mean, I just let loose. And once that music comes on, that music just takes over, bro. And I just start channeling those emotions. You know, basically, I mean, this is my lyrics coming from the heart. You know what I'm saying? From real life experiences. So whenever I'm up there, bro, I'm just pouring my soul out. You know what I mean? Connected with the crowd and they feel that.
How important is music to you, and how do you correlate it with your life? Like, what does it mean to you?
And music is everything. Like one of my lyrics say, take it back to the beginning. If it wasn't for the music, then I have no meaning. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, to me, it's everything. It's been part of my life. It's a part of me. Like, this is who I am when I'm on these records. You know what I'm saying? This ain't no CBD. This ain't no play. Like, people that know me be like, nah, that's Lou. Like, everything he's saying is verified. It checks out. You know what I mean? But that's what I feel when it comes to this. This is the type of music that motivated me. This is how I've seen, like, the rappers that I looked up. You know what I'm saying? So this was instilled in me, you know? So it's just being me, bro. Being myself, being an outlet, you know what I'm saying? And especially whenever people come meet me at these shows, or they write to me, or they come interact with me when they see my reviews, and they tell me that I'm inspiring them, that this gave them the strength to keep going, that they see what I've been through and they see what they're going through and be like, wow, like, I could do this. You know what I'm saying? Just by me going up there, other artists see like, bro, despite your disability, you make no excuse. You up here doing your thing. You rocking it, bro. You showing us how it's done. You know what I mean? But it's just me being me. Like, this is, like, right now I feel like this is all I got left. You know, before this, I was able to cut hair. I was more independent. You know what I'm saying? But now it's different. Like this disability has made me grow up as a man, take accountability, and see things from a different perspective. You know, you want your life to change, you got to change your mentality. So the way I approach things, you know what I'm saying? The way I move now, with positivity, my heart, love, you know what I'm saying? It's different, bro. Instead of be like, why me? It's like, Eddie, like, I've always heard God gives his biggest battles to his strongest soldiers. And I'm like, wow. Like, I'm actually living that. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like, I'm walking it out. You know what I'm saying? I'm not being a narcissist. I'm just being myself and showing people what it is. You know what I'm saying? So to me, it's bigger than rap. It's bigger than anything.
Yeah, we got a question from one of our listeners just text in. They want to know, how long have you been visually impaired?
Man, I've been visually impaired for 3 years now. Exactly. I lost my vision around April, March 20th, 2020.
Wow, in the pandemic.
Yeah. Well, it was at its strongest, bro. So you can only imagine me going through that by myself. I couldn't have no family present because of the pandemic. Man, it was lonely. Like, it was one of the hardest things I ever had to endure, to get that reality check at the moment. Because when I went in the hospital, I was partially blind. My right eye had gone, and I hadn't noticed it for like a week and a half until I closed my right eye, and I was like, oh shit. No, I closed my left, and I couldn't see shit on my right. So I was like, what the hell? And I was cutting hair like this still, bro. Like, being hard-headed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then that Saturday, I remember I just couldn't do it. I was like, man, I gotta go. So I went. Everything was cool. They checked me out. They finally told me what happened. It was because the edema that I was having, it was really too much pressure to the optical nerve that suffocated it and made it go out. Right? But what I was saying, when I got there, I was still able to see on my left eye. So they operate me, and when I leave, bro, I'm blind from both eyes. You know what I'm saying? Couldn't have no one there for me. You know, no one in the department, just had to go through all that and be a month in there by myself to have that reality, be like, hey, your eyes ain't coming back, bro. Like, this is it now. This is your reality. And so, you know what I'm saying? Like, that really put things into perspective. A lot of people that was there with me just separated themselves from me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, a lot of people scared. A lot of things changed, you know? I got that reality check quick, bro. You know, everything that I thought was important that I was working for wasn't, you know, because a lot of things are temporary. You know, you think this is important, but whenever the circumstances change, you're like, oh, shit. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And you never think it's going to happen to you. That's the craziest, you know? Yeah. But, you know, like, your body gives you warnings, gives you chances, and you're like, nah, man. You know, you think you're Superman. Until you're like, oh. You know, it's been a real reality check, no pun intended, eye-opener, you know what I'm saying? But, hey, I've been adapting, bro, you know? And the support I've been getting online, and when I do these shows, man, it's been crazy. So that keeps me really going.
The gratitude.
Keeps me, you know, hell yeah. Like I said, you change that perspective, bro. You know, you change your mentality, you take accountability, switch your perspective, and then that gratitude, bro, you know, you killing that ego as a motherfucker, bro. Mm-hmm.
You're right. You're right.
And despite what I'm going through, brother, there's always somebody out there that has it way worse than me. Because at least I still got my limbs. I can walk. I can't see, but you know what I'm saying. And with the rest of us, I'm getting my weight in order. I'm working out. Taking my vitamins. Really learn my body to do that. My lymphatic system was so messed up. I didn't know nothing about that. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
And luckily, even though I was that big, I wasn't diabetic, nothing like that. I mean, I was in multiple comas. Like, I died 4 times. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like, I'm definitely blessed to be here. So if the reason to be here to inspire people and to make this fire music, then that's what I'm going to be doing. You know what I'm saying?
That's what it gotta
because, because one time, whenever you want to do things for yourself or you lean on your own understanding, you be like, why does this thing go wrong? Because that's not what you're supposed to be doing. The moment I've been doing this, bro, doors have been opening up crazy, but I'm just walking through faith, but literally walking it out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's been real different.
I also want to know, bro, when you say, like, you got this new perspective and, like, you lost the weight, you know what I'm saying? You look great, you know what I'm saying? Pause, you know what I'm saying? Fly,
still losing more weight, bro. That's the key, man.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Skin glowing, grilled up, you know what I'm saying? Fresh with the shades, fresh cut, hair, you know what I mean? The whole ooh-ah. Like, has losing your vision, has any of, like, your other senses, like, enhanced? Like, does food taste better? Like, when you taste the juice, like, can you, like, smell everything? Like, oh, bro, did somebody put oregano in there? Like, nah, that has, like, is your hearing more keen?
Definitely my hearing, bro. Definitely my hearing. I could be in my room and I could have the music playing or whatever, and I can hear conversations downstairs, people walking. So I could tell somebody at the door. Like, my senses are definitely more heightened. Like, somebody could try to creep up on me, I know they're there.
Wow.
Definitely my smelling and my taste, especially it comes in handy with his reviews too. But yeah,
Oh, we got to talk about the reviews, you know what I'm saying? The foodie, you know what I mean?
You feel me? I mean, we for Texas, we really, really good. You feel me?
That's a fact. Talk a little bit about that, man. How you get into that and the food reviews and everything?
Man, to me, it was a no-brainer, bro. I mean, because I've always been, like, even before I lost my vision, I used to follow Fucks That's Delicious by Action Bronson.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I used to see, I was like, man, this dude crazy, going all over the world, tasting this beautiful food, because he comes from a chef background. So I remember one day, me and Joseph were at the Eastern Wall off of Bel Air. Mm-hmm. Man, it's a dope restaurant. I really recommend it. Like, real authentic Chinese food, bro. So we were eating. He was like, man, what can we do? And I was like, bro, like, to make content, So we were brainstorming, and I was like, bro, we already doing it. He's like, what? This? You should be helping me do food reviews. He was like, man, for real? He's like, yes, bro. We wouldn't be going out of our way in the stuff that we already do on the regular. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Because even when me and him come, we're super bougie when it comes to food. You know what I mean? So he was like, bro, we do this. Come on, bro. Like, everybody loves to eat. Everybody wants to recommend new restaurants, want to try new food. You know what I'm saying? And if a fat dude is telling him the food is good, it's got to be good.
For real. And he eats good, too. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, hell
like,
yeah.
He wants the best.
Mm-hmm.
He say we bougie.
Yeah, come on, man.
Shout out to Joseph, now.
Shout out to Joseph, bro.
Absolutely, bro. Well, I don't want to hold you up too long, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry I spilled the beans, man. I got excited.
Nah, come on. Nah, it's perfectly fine, bro. You're doing your job.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Let everybody know where they can find you, where they can get the new single. Well, we already know the music video dropping in 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. You know, the Core 94, we're going to be the first to debut that thing as well. Just let us know your social media if they want to feature, how they can link up with Joseph, the whole ooh-ah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, you can find me at official LUIE RACKZ. That's official with 2 F's _ LUIE RACKZ. And you can find Joseph at Joseph Rodriguez on Instagram as well. You can find all my music on Spotify under LUIE RACKZ, LUIE RACKZ, Apple Music, Amazon Music, anywhere you can pretty much stream music. I'm there. My YouTube, videos out. So, we doing our thing humbly, respectfully. And I want to shout out to Joseph again, for always holding me down, doing his thing, doing the impossible for me. I also want to shout out Big Woods. I want to shout out Young Martez. I want to shout out my homeboy Juan Muro. I want to shout out Serapio Muro. I want to shout out Boss Barberology for always giving me immaculate haircuts, and my girl Ruby Stylist for immaculate braids. You know what I'm saying? And my boy Gotti always holding it down. We outside, baby.
And just like that, I'm your host, DG Bags. You can find me on Instagram at DG Bags or at the Core 94. And make sure you stay tuned to the Core94.com. We giving you the hottest music, the dopest interviews, and everything you need, period, man. Give a special shout out to my man, LUIE RACKZ. Y'all know that mirror's about to come up soon as we get off this joint. It'll be